Mabuhay Pilipinas and hello to the rest of the world.
Welcome to your new companion in looking at the church, the world, and the society from the religious point of view. This is your kahabit, Sister Happy Montecillo of the Daughters of St. Anne.
Join us for your weekly dose of inspiration and information straight from the consecrated men and women of the Philippines. I am your kahabit, Father Angel Cortez of the Order of Friars Minor.
This is the all-new The
Habits. Hello sister, na-miss kita last time, no?
Si Sister Ella yung kasama mo, di ba?
Kaya nga maraming nakapansin, maraming nag-text, nagtatanong, nasan ka daw. Ano nga ba nangyari? Paki-explain.
Siyempre, this is the habits. So, hindi naman pwedeng dalawang habits lang, di ba? There should be also other habits because we are AMRSP, is the Association of Major Religions of the Philippines. So, we have many members. So, other members also can expose themselves or can also host these habits. So, like last week, we have the Tambayan. They were the joyful friars. Di ba ang saya-saya nila? It was really a joyful singing, and really you can see the joy of religious life, of consecrated life.
Ano bang pinaglalaban mo?
Wala po.
Wala naman pala.
Masaya lang ako.
Pero anyway, tama po
Excited.
Sister Happy. This show is all about the different habits of the different
Yes.
congregations that we want to feature not only here in the Philippines but in the rest of the world.
Yes, that's it. And so for today, we have the habit spoken, right?
Yes. Last time, narinig natin si Sister Thea, no?
Yes.
Sharing about her indigenous people experience.
This
Ngayon
time-
naman, medyo malapit din sa IPs, pero international.
Yeah, because we are in the mission month. Actually, October is the mission month. So, we also interview a missionary, and later you will know kung sino talaga siya.
Yes. Kaya po, wag nyo rin po kaming tigilan subaybayan, lalong-lalo na po sa aming TV Maria broadcast tuwing Sundays at 8:30 p.m., Thursdays 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. At syempre, dito sa ating mga Facebook Live ng AMRSP at ng ating mga media partners.
And actually, the title of this habit spoken is Pusong Pangmisyon. Wow.
Ikaw, di ba? Ang tagal mo sa
Yes,
Indonesia.
11 years ako sa Indonesia.
Wow. Ako,
Makarelate ako sa habit spoken today.
I have a missionary heart. I spend my mission exposure sa Sri Lanka for almost a year. So, meron din akong pusong pang mission.
Okay, wow, that's nice. So,
now to keep the ball rolling, as we usually do, we now move on to our first segment. Leading our stories today on the religious reports. Visades. AMRSP co-chairpersons Father Shelo Almazan OFM and Sister Malin Haba RC led the blessing of the new AMRSP Visades office last October 15. The new office, hosted at the ground floor of the Colegio de San Juan de Letran in Intramuros, Manila, features a more convenient location for foreign missionaries processing their visas and is in closer proximity to the Bureau of Immigration. And now, here's our reports from the Holy See and the Universal Church. New Cardinals. Pope Francis announced a consistory for 30 new cardinals. Included in the list of new cardinals are Capiz Archbishop Jose Advincula, the Secretary of the Synod of Bishops Archbishop Mario Grech, Washington Archbishop Wilton Gregory, the new prefect of the Congregation of the Causes of Saints, Marcelo Semeraro, the guardian of the Sacro Convento in Assisi, Mauro Gambetti, OFM Conventual, Brunei Bishop Cornelius Sim, and preacher to the Papal Household, Father Raniero Cantalamessa, OFM Capuchin.
more stories from the Holy See and the Universal Church. Plenary indulgence. The Apostolic Penitentiary announced that it is extending the traditional plenary indulgence for the souls in purgatory for this year due to the pandemic. The usual grant of plenary indulgence to those who piously visit a cemetery from November 1 to 8 is now extended for the whole month of November. The decree was issued last October 22, 2020. China Agreement. The Holy See has renewed for 2 years the agreement with China on the nomination of bishops. The agreement, originally signed last 2018, was met with opposition by some groups in the underground church in China. The renewal comes in the heels of the purported espionage of Chinese para-government elements on a unit of the Holy See in Hong Kong.
Solidarity. The Federation of Asian Bishops' Conferences expressed its solidarity with Indian Jesuit priest Father Stan Swami and 15 other human rights activists jailed for purported links with Maoist rebels. Father Swami and his companions were arrested last October 8. The 83-year-old priest was active in securing the release of incarcerated tribal leaders fighting for their ancestral lands in Jharkhand. And now, here's our reports from the Philippine Church. Nuncio Brown. The Holy Father has met in an audience the new Apostolic Nuncio to the Philippines, Archbishop Charles John Brown, who recently finished his tour of duty in Albania. Present in the meeting was Propaganda Fide Prefect Cardinal Chito Tagle.
Traslacion cancelled. The city government of Manila and the Minor Basilica of the Black Nazarene announced the cancellation of the annual Traslacion procession in Manila, held every January 9. In a statement, Quiapo Church Rector Monsignor Ding Coronel said that they are looking for ways to localize the celebration of the Traslacion in the absence of the procession. Dolores Coronation. The Diocese of Tarlac announced that the Holy Father has approved the canonical coronation of the venerated image of Our Lady of Sorrows in Capas, Tarlac. The date of the liturgical celebration will be announced in the future.
That's it for those of stories from the church and the society.
Join us in our next episode for more of
The Religious Reports.
Don't go away. Up next is Father June Adeva Okarm of the Carmelite Brothers in our new segment, Habits Spoken.
Only here with your all-new and information and inspiration companion. This is The Habits.
A ninguno lo bautizaron cura u obispo. A todos nosotros nos bautizaron como laicos. Laicos y laicas son protagonistas de la Iglesia. Hoy es especialmente necesario ampliar los espacios con presencia relevante femenina en la Iglesia. Y con presencia laical se entiende, pero subrayando lo femenino, porque las mujeres suelen ser dejadas de lado. Hemos de promover la integración de las mujeres en los lugares donde se toman las decisiones importantes. Recemos para que en virtud del bautismo los fieles laicos y las mujeres en una manera especial participen más en instancias de responsabilidad en la Iglesia, sin caer en los clericalismos que anulan el carisma laical.
You're still here with us in The Habits. And last October 18, that was the third Sunday of October, we celebrated the World Mission Sunday.
Yan. So it is right in our privilege to cater the different missions of the different congregation under AMRSP.
Yes.
Like what you did in Indonesia for 11 years, right?
Yes, I was really 11 years in Indonesia. And it was a very nice missionary experience for me. It's more on pastoral. Really, I was in the pastoral youth, but really that experience has helped me a lot to become what I am now.
That's right, Sister Happy. Even when I experienced my mission exposure before my solemn profession, I went to Sri Lanka for almost a year. And I went there not only to observe the culture of the Sri Lankan people, but also to really immerse myself of the mission of our congregation to the people and to the church. So siguro, batiin natin yung mga kaibigan natin first from Indonesia.
Yes, especially because they are watching with us. Many of them are watching. Selamat malam kepada semua, khususnya yang ada di Medan.
Yeah, and Jisupitay to all my Sri Lankan friends who are watching our show. And now we will listen to a very good friend of mine.
Wow.
And every time he went home here in the Philippines, I really look forward to listen to his stories. He's a long-time missionary to Papua New Guinea, and I think he held leadership to the brothers there. So let us welcome Father Perpecto Jun Adeva Jr. of the Brothers of Our Lady of Mount Carmel as he habit spoken.
Hello, good morning, brothers and sisters. I am Perfecto Adeva Jr., a Carmelite. I hail from Iligan City. This is my short vocation story. When I say missionary, sometimes I can equate it, they must be foreigners. But then, yeah, there are Filipino missionaries also working in the Philippines. When I accepted to be ordained a priest, it is more to because that was also the need of the Carmelite. There was not enough priests to administer the parishes that we were administering or handling. So that I said yes. Of course, it's not an instant thing. I really give time to reflect on my life if I really am suited to become a priest also. And then what happened next is that I would say that, but deep inside me, I think, is buried that missionary, thing. Only that it is just waiting for a need and then also for opportunities. There was a meeting of the Africa, Asia, Australia region of the Carmelites. It was held in Manila. I was then a member of the council, and all the council members of the Philippines, of the commissariat in the Philippines, were asked to attend. And it was in that meeting that our Assistant General offered the mission in Papua New Guinea. And we just asked for a break so that we can discuss it among ourselves, because our Assistant General would like to have an answer right away. And so I said, in our small groups, I told them, I think this is already the opportunity. It's an opportune time for us to accept mission. In a year or two, we'll be celebrating our 50 years presence in the Philippines. And I think it is our way of thanking God and offering of our commissariat becoming a province to missionary work. Foreign mission, I would say. So that's it. Then in that small meeting, I said, I will volunteer myself, because it was really there. I volunteered. So that in that meeting, when we went back to the plenum, it was announced that we are accepting the challenge, and I already am volunteering. And I told my council that time that I will be the one to recruit who will be the first group to go to Papua. So they were telling me it must be composed at least of 3. So I said, okay. So I go to I will look for these 2 other people. And indeed, in a short time, I was able to gather 2, and so that make us 3, all of us. And so what happened is that what were my preparations? I would say that the preparation is more on preparing myself as a Carmelite going to the mission. We have said to ourselves na whatever happens, we will come together as a community. So that when we arrived Papua, and in fact we celebrated our 12th year only last October 16, because that was the day we arrived in Papua New Guinea for the mission. And in that, what happened was that the first thing we did was to strengthen our community life. That we did in the first year when we were there. And that is, I think, the best thing that we have done. It is to make us one. And of course, while doing that, we were already doing the task given to us by the diocese. I work as a formator, the other one as the director of the pastoral center of the diocese, and the third one is a parish priest. But then, we are living in the same station. That was good, no? Because at least we are just around with each other to show support for each other. Now, what happened when we were already engaging ourselves, particularly with myself? Even while in the Philippines, I always keep on repeating and repeating, June, open your ears always. Listen to the people, listen to the people, listen to their hearts, listen to their minds, and see the way they live. That is, because I was telling that because for me, I want really to enter into their life also. And of course, I said I cannot bring my own culture there. I cannot demand that. I am the one to immerse into their life, into their thoughts, in their way of thinking. And so it happened. So while it is easier than done because, there are cultural differences, especially because these people are very insistent. If they think this way, they really want and insist that it has to be done this way. And of course, there are cultural differences. While of course, it's part of us that there is a private ownership. So whatever we have that is for the community use and all that, and it cannot just be used by anybody. But then they just come in as if it is their own. But that is their way. At first, I was really irritated. But then, in the end, I said, I cannot go on complaining. I really have to adjust. And so, it happened. And of course, my brothers also keep on reminding me, June, do not be hard with them also. We are the ones new, we are the ones to fit into their life. And that do not do it in such a way that you are pushing them to the wall, because it might not be good for the relationship, or they might retaliate against you. So from then on, I really have to control myself. And then at first it was controlling, then in the end it becomes as if it is a normal thing. We are so conscious about our our sanitation and all that, at first I feel terrible with the whole thing, no? But then in the end you get used to it, as if, yeah, there is no difference between you and me. We smell the same. Yeah. So I said to myself, yes, and then that opened the way also that during bush patrol, I sleep from one house to the other. They offer me whatever they have to put on the table. I eat whatever without salt even. Sometimes it's just, grilled and all that. Well, at first I was telling myself, I have to feed myself so that I can survive. If not, then I might just die because of no food intake. But then in the end also, then as weeks passed and all, as if it's normal, no? So it's a matter of how you open up yourself to that situation and then really get used to it. Of course, it's not the best thing that can happen, but then it is the best thing in that situation I was in. So I did it that way. And then I think it did good because for me, the people don't have any doubt to accept me. They accept me as if I am their own, and they give me that place of respect as if I am one of their elders and all that. And that is important. And then I started a more smooth pastoral work with them. Brothers and sisters, that simplicity of life is for me really important. You don't need all the luxury, all the things you have in your cabinet to survive. In fact, you will only use few clothes, few things in your possession. And you can do your mission, you can do already the missionary work. So that for me, what is important now is that the missionaries, especially among us Carmelites, that the young ones are also attracted to go to the mission. For me, that is very important. After 12 years in Papua New Guinea, of course, that is adding 12 years for the first group already according in their age. And yeah, like this time, for example, I am 70 years old, and we need young Carmelites. Of course, that zeal to serve the mission. It all depends how zealous you are in your love for God. Like Elijah, if you really love God, you can take all the difficulties of what it is to be a missionary in a land like Papua New Guinea. And I really love it there. In fact, my term in the last reunion finished already last February, and I'm happy that my proposal that I go back to the mission is approved. So I'm just waiting for the availability of transport in going back to Papua, and of course, if I am allowed to travel already at 70 years old. But then, thing here is, it is good to be humble always, and always have that trust to these people. Because if we don't trust them, nothing can happen also. And finally, I would say that for the people, the effort we did there in our work of evangelization is for people to capture the person of Jesus as it is in the gospel, and they are able to allocate it or translate it in their cultural milieu. There is still so much so many things to be done when it comes to inculturation, because I think that's also our program in the church, the inculturation, and some call it indigenization of our Christian faith in the life of the people. And it is really a challenge because they have their own signs and symbols, they have their own interpretations about events, they have their own way of thinking, so that, yeah, it's a long way still to go. That is why for the church in general, I am encouraging that you send more missionaries in Papua New Guinea, because the vocation there is low. After 12 years, I am just happy that we have already two. One is in fourth year theology, and one is in his first year theology, and hopefully they can help already. And I also believe that the mission to continue in Papua New Guinea can only happen if there are more Papua New Guineans who will join the Carmelites, and that is my hope and my dream in the years to come. I am Perfecto Adeva Jr. from the Order of Carmelites. I have it spoken.
Wow, that's nice of Father June to share his experience. He shared his vocation story, but then he shared his experience in the mission. But what has touched me most is really the way how he humbles himself, like, diba, in the mission, because really we are the ones coming to that place. So we need to also to submit ourselves into the reality of that place. So for me, when he said about he has to adjust even to the cultural mentality of the place, of the people, and really it takes a lot of humility to do that.
And while listening to him, sister, I really understand that as missionaries, we are not the one bringing Jesus.
Yes,
but
we
they
meet
are the
Jesus
one
who is already there.
Yes, they are the one introducing Jesus to us as we met him in the different people that we are meeting in the mission.
Yes.
And what I admire to Father June is his openness and willingness to accept all the challenges. Hindi po ganun kadaling magmission.
Yes, 12 years yun ha. I was 11 years in Indonesia. I mean, pero really, his experience has also formed him to be what he is now. And actually, when we asked him after the interview, he said he's still willing to return to Papua New Guinea. Wow.
At yun yung nakaka-inspire, no? Kasi alam naman natin, we have our limitations. Pag dumating tayo sa time na talagang hindi na kaya ng katawan natin, ay meron tayong restriction.
Yes.
So, we are very thankful to Father June for gracing our habit spoken.
Yes, and that's Father Father Perfecto June Adeva Jr. of the Order of Carmelites, missionary to Papua New Guinea for 12 years.
And I'm sure that like the two of us, many also of our viewers were inspired by the sharing of Father June to be in mission. So please let us know what you think, mga kahabits. For comments or suggestions, please do not hesitate to contact us via Facebook at facebook.com/amrsp.org. Also, don't forget to like and follow. We are road to 10,000 followers.
At kahabits, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, AMRSP Media, where you can also catch our weekly broadcasts of the Holy Rosary and the Sunday Eucharist. We are road to 1,000 subscribers.
Catch us also as we begin our telecast on TV Maria every Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m. with replays every Thursday at 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. Kaya mga kahabits, let us stay connected.
Again, we wish to thank Father June Adeva for his habit spoken sharing. Next week, join us again as we explore consecrated life, the church, the world, and the society. This has been your kahabit, Sister Happy Montecillo of the Daughters of St. Anne.
Thank you very much for joining our new and improved episode. This is your Kahabit, Father Angel Cortez of the Order of Friars Minor, signing off from your weekly inspiration and information companion. We have been
The Habits.